Hey guys, and welcome. I am the Seven Swords, and we are back in Skyrim. It has been a minute since I started recording. Um, I recently got back into playing GTA RP, so that has taken quite a lot of my time getting set back in and settled back into the city. Um, I might do some streaming for it or recording for it on the channel, but I haven't decided yet because I work as a tow truck driver, so there's not much for me to show you guys other than that. I could show you the other character I'm going to be playing, but I haven't gotten on him very much anyway. But today, right now we have Alduin's Wall. This is the main quest right now that we are supposed to be working on. I did do some thinking about this a little bit, the playthrough and all that, and I think that part of why I have how can I put this? Part of why I feel like I'm struggling with the playthrough all of a sudden, is I do think it became a checklist. I do think that I was watching a video recently about somebody talking about how you play Skyrim improperly, and I do think that that might be the case. Is that I've started to play Skyrim less as how I was enjoying it, and more of how as a checklist of things to do. Um, there's not much for me to do to change that, sadly, because, well, um, with everything we have done, I would feel like we aren't making the progress towards the end. So we're just going to keep going, and I'm going to hope for, and I'm just going to be accepting of the fact that it's kind of gotten to that point. I do also feel like we jumped the shark. Um, it's a phrase I've heard people say before in making videos where basically the idea of jumping the shark is you do basically everything, and like it becomes like, okay, what else is there to do since I've now done everything possible in the game? Like there's nothing left for me to do. What's the point of continuing playing? I also feel like we probably should have not put off the main quest as long as we have. I feel like I could have done some of the main quest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did want to finish the main quest as the finishing of the Let's Play for a reason. Um, but I didn't want it to be like I didn't want to leave so much of the main quest behind. Like I feel like we should be at the point where we are getting ready to go fight out. We're getting ready to go fight to the final area to fight the final boss, not still working in that direction. Was I supposed to go? I could say I came down here for these flowers, but I didn't. I came down here because I thought I was supposed to come down here, but I think I'm supposed to walk along this path to get to in the direction of Dragon Bridges, which is where we're heading. I'm trying not to use fast travel because I think that's another thing that started to take the energy from Skyrim. Is I kept fast traveling everywhere, and so it was like it started to feel less and less interesting and more like consumed in itself. I also think it is also the fact that it is winding down. Um, the quests are coming to an end. Sarah's story is coming to a close. She's finished up most of her main stuff that she's going to be doing. I've been having this issue. You guys aren't going to notice it because it's still coming through for you guys. But like, unless I pick some of these flowers, like unless I'm picking these flowers regularly, like the music gets so soft that my headset stops picking it up and goes into standby mode. So everything goes dead silent for me, even if I'm sitting here talking. It is really annoying. I've got to look into why it does that. But I've got to look into a lot of things. But um, we did finish the war. For those who skipped out early because of my talking, we also returned the book to Neloth. That's why we were at Tel Mithryn when we started this, and that's pretty much the last of the side quests we're going to do, other than collecting the shouts in order to do the last meditation on the shouts. We're going to be doing that before we go off to the final fight, and we're also going to be finishing up the Dragon Priest masks before the final fight. I have not forgotten those. Like I said, the last Dragon Priest mask is pretty much in the last dungeon of the game. um, before we can get it. So I'll be getting that first before we complete the game. I will be grabbing that mask. Um, which I kind of have an idea of how we're going to go about that, because it is kind of an annoyance, because there is a bit of a difficulty there. There goes the music fading out again. Nope, and it came back. It's so annoying. But yeah, where we're trying to get to is actually over there. I'm trying to remember if there's another path I could be taking. I don't know of any paths. I don't know this side of Skyrim as well as I probably should. Okay, I've got to, I'm going to apologize, but I'm going to raise the volume just slightly because this is actually becoming a problem for me. I might just start randomly drawing my sword to try and give it that moment of loudness, because I'm like, I can hear the crickets and I can hear the noise. I don't know why the game is like, hey, why my headset's like, hey, you're not playing anything anymore, we're gonna go ahead and turn off for a bit. I'm like, unless you don't hear anything, you shouldn't stop. Like, I don't like that the threshold is set so high. I'm hoping I can find a way to get over here from this route instead, because I really don't want to walk all the way down to walk around this big cliff bluff thing. I do also think it was because we stopped playing in survival mode. I think the next character I'm going to do another character for Skyrim. I do think it will not be the character I was originally planning on doing. I think it will be a character more along the lines of, um, I think it will be someone more along the lines of like Sorik's playthrough. It'll just be a regular playthrough and not a role play, not a full immersive role play. I actually thought about bringing his Let's Play back because I kind of liked it. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like I don't want to play it if it's gonna just be me fighting with the game and having glitches that I can't explain. I don't know if I explained why Sorik's video stopped. I think I did in my update video. But basically, I ran into an issue where he adopted a child, and then that child never ended up in the house that she was supposed to go to, and it was just really awkward, especially since in character I like had to find ways of talking about it. Like, I was like sitting there like fighting with it for like 20 minutes and just could not figure it out. Because I had this idea of like Sora could adopt her, and then it would make it feel like he has something in Skyrim to fight for. Because I felt like he needed something in Skyrim to be a little bit more part of who he was and develop his character a little bit more. Sarah's never needed anything like that, because Sarah's always been good with just her own personal drive. Sorik seemed like he needed something on top of that. But, whatever. I believe this is where... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where the guy that we killed with Molag Bal's mace was. I like how he's got the werewolf backpack. I like how I just recently was thinking about like how I need to stop looting everything off of everybody, because I'm just getting a lot of junk in my inventories. Like, I can definitely say that's a big one that I do that it's really bad for me, is that like I'll just constantly loot everything, and that's annoying because now my headset timed out. I don't get why it's doing this, because it doesn't normally do this. It's really annoying. The ancient ring of ancients back on so I can keep walking. Let's see, what's my carry weight at? I'm basically at half of my carry weight right now. Maybe I can I feel like I should go back to the place, but I don't know how much farther we are till we actually get where we're going. I guess I gotta check the map. Oh wait, not that one. Oh wow, this is actually much farther south. Oh wow, I did not realize how far south this was. Okay, I didn't realize how far south this was. I would have done this in an entirely different manner. Okay. Really? There we go. I would have gone to Markarth if I realized how far south it was. All right. Give me 1 second. We're gonna do a inventory drop, and then we're gonna head back out. So I will see you guys in a few seconds. All right, we're back. And yes, I did realize we're at Solitude, and I said we were going down to Markarth. We are still going to be heading down to Markarth. The only thing I want to do real quick is I want to stop at Solitude, because I want to drop off my Imperial armor at my house here in Solitude, where it's going to stay, because basically I'm retiring the need to fight with the Imperials. If we end up fighting more Stonecloaks, we're going to do it in whatever outfit we're wearing at the time, because Sarah's no longer playing Imperial Champion, which was basically what that equipment was for. I actually could see Sarah hiring like a double to be the Imperial Champion, so that so that nobody thinks that she's the Imperial Champion. It's not that she didn't want the prestige, it's that there's a lot about the Imperial Champion and her that does not mesh, and she's already got a lot that she has to hold on top of that. So, yeah. Oh wait, no. It's not that one. Is it? No, that's the Bard's College. Is it this one? Yes. Proudspire Manor. One of our places down here should have a place for it. We could put it on one of those. Is there one upstairs? I feel like there should be. I feel like there's going to be one up here. Because I feel like I feel like it deserves a place of respect. There was one in the bedroom. I'd put it in the bedroom. Nope, it's not in the bed. There's not one in the bedroom. And there's not one in the kids' room, obviously. If Sarah was gonna have a kid, she'd have the kid stay here. Because I feel like this place would be probably the better place for it. We'll put it here. I'm also putting it here because the fact that I don't have any room for that, which I also just realized we never used that Ring of Sieging Centurion or whatever it's called. I want to try to wear that because what its description says and what I think it does is interesting and would have been really cool for us to use in the Siege. I didn't use it in the Siege because I didn't think to use it. I kept meaning to put this thing on and kept forgetting. We're going to try it outside the city though, because I want to see what it does. Because there's not really anything left for us to do in city that's going to need what I'm guessing it's going to do. If it does what I think it does, it's going to be pretty cool. But if I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't, just because this is very non-Skyrim-y for me to think of this. But this is also a modded item, so. Okay, so if I say to ride it, it turns invisible and now I can't get off of it. Okay, if I take the ring off, will it get rid of this thing and free me? Yep. Okay, good.
It's not true what they say about you and the Dark Brotherhood, is it?
Does it matter?
Do you seek to make a purchase?
Apparently. Apparently he can train me in lockpicking. He says he can make a purchase, but I mean, like, if I could buy and sell from you, I would, but I don't seem to be able to. Although I don't have anything to buy or sell right now because everything I just sold. Well, I don't have anything to sell right now because I just put everything that I would sell away. I also think that's the thing. That's something I'm going to try with the next characters. I'm going to try not to do much. I'm going to try not to loot as much. Because it's definitely a problem to have so much equipment. Like, I need to stop just looting the entire target for simplicity's sake. Alright. Now we should get there pretty quickly. Over almost just at a third of the video over, and now I'm realizing that we were en route to wherever we were, to the temple. We were basically heading in circles. Sheesh. I do want to play another playthrough of this. Like I said before, I think it would be interesting to play as another character. It will probably end up being another spell sword. I'm usually play as a spell sword, and I can't say that I'm interested in trying to change that. But I might try to play as. I might probably try to play as one that's a little bit more focused on the sword and a little less focused on the magical side for at least the beginning of their journey, in order to feel a little bit more complete with the story. Because I do feel like I do like how Sarra avoided the main quest for a very long time. She didn't avoid, like, she did, like, don't get me wrong, she didn't avoid going to we didn't avoid the main quest for as long as I was expecting to. I had thought we would stay away from the main quest for a while. Same with Sorek, and Sorek was like into the main quest day one. Like, a lot of people are gonna think I meant to do that. I didn't mean to do that. I walked up on Helgen by mistake, and then just it didn't feel like I could avoid going there in character anymore. It was one reason why I've tried not to go off to the Greybeards right off the bat. Although you guys might not have seen that much. We're also not going to be a vampire, I can say that much. We're definitely not being a vampire. I might play as a werewolf through that one. Because I definitely don't want to be a vampire again. At least not for the majority of it. I wonder if that dragon is attacking where we're going.
All right, hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
Walk away.
Well, I can see you're not one to be trifled with. Let this be a warning to you.
Let this be a warning to you. I was going to put Unreality Force on, but it's already on. Not Fire Breath. Elemental Blast. I did just realize I could have done it differently. I could tell her I'm part of the guild, and she'll knock it off. But ooh, Vagabond armor. I like the Vagabond armor because it looks like normal clothing. It definitely looks like he could be attacking the place we're going. Oh, yep, that's stealthy. So yeah. Did that looter just come out of nowhere? deals with all of them. Let's go get the dragon's corpse, and then we'll go. Then we'll go with Delphine and what's his face to deal with whatever it is we're here to deal with. Garnet, arrows, garnets. Harvest the blood, harvest the ingredients, and that'll be it. I did want to take a look at this dragon heart and see what the dragon heart does. I think it's just an alchemical ingredient. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Is this? Oh yeah, that's Esbern's. I forgot he uses magic more than a sword. Alright, I think it's over there that we're heading. And the compass seems to be telling me the same thing. Ish. I ain't gonna loot none of these. I've already got way too much crap as it is, and I've got more money than I'm ever gonna need. Alright, let's push through.
Be careful.
Ooh, it's a briar heart. Sheesh. I like how it actually disappears from their chest when you take it. It's a really cool thought process. Here we are.
This looks promising.
Definitely early Akaviri
Whatever you did, it worked. Those old blades left in our way.
Gotta walk on the Dragonborn stuff.
We should be careful here. See these symbols on the floor?
Esbern's right. Look like pressure plates. We're safe now. Let's move.
I think we must be close to the entrance.
Well, sets of 3. We should have one more challenge. Test of greed? I'm gonna check. Game should know that.
Wonder, remarkably well preserved. Here's the blood seal, another of the lost Akaviri arts. No doubt triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn. Look here. You see how the
They're here to
ancient
kill
ages
me!
built in Cyrodiil?
It's coming to life.
There's no telling what we might find inside.
I do like how it's all Dragonborn related, but it's like, what if the Dragonborn hadn't come? Like,
Fascinating. Original Akaviri bas-reliefs, almost entirely intact.
I like how Delphine's pretending like she's holding a torch.
Amazing. You can see how the Akaviri craftsmen were beginning to embrace the more flowing Nordic style.
We're here for Alduin's wall, right, Esbern?
Yes, of course. We'll have more time to look around later, I suppose. Let's see what's up ahead.
Wow. Yeah, you continue to go around and pretend to light these torches. For those of you interested in playing a Blades playthrough and wanting Blade stuff, we have Dragon Bane, a very rare sword here. It's not that one. Where is... Is it in here? I know that there's Dragon Blade... There's Blades... There it is. We got Blade's armors, Blade boots, and the Blade shield. I'll take the gold. They can keep all the Blades crap. Davakin, Navanin, Madanin, Nananin, Horanin, Haranos, Haranasano, TIE Fighter. What you see, Esbern?
Look, here is Alduin. This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin and the Dragon Cult ruled over Skyrim. Here, the humans rebelled against their dragon overlords, the legendary Dragon War. Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the war. You see, here is fallen from the sky. The Nord Tongs, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Ah, patience, my dear. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is couched in allegory and mythic symbolism. Yes, yes. This here, coming from the mouths of the Nord heroes, this is the Akaviri symbol for shout. But there's no way to know what shout is meant.
You mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure?
Oh, yes. Presumably something rather specific to dragons. Or even Alduin himself.
Nope, dragons.
This is where they recorded all they knew of Alduin and his return.
So we're looking for a shout then. Damn it. You ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky?
Yes and no. The Greybeards might be able to help us out.
You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice.
They've been involved for longer than you. What do you have against the Greybeards?
If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin?
I fought him.
No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards?
Yes. Trust me, Delphine. I am not afraid of my own power. Then again... See, now this one's difficult. I'm going to say that she's not afraid of her own power, because I feel like that might be where we're at here, but I'm going to give an argument why she might have gone the other way.
Good. The Greybeards can teach you a lot, but don't let them turn you away from your destiny. You're Dragonborn, and you're the only one who can stop all...
No, actually, no, that's what she would say. We'll go about that other one in a minute. I'll talk about it in a second, but I'd better go see Elmgir and see if he knows about the shout.
Good thing they've already let you into their group. Not likely they'd help Esbern or me if we came calling. We'll look around Skyhaven Temple and see what else the old Blades might have left for us. It's a better hideout than I could have hoped for. Talos guard you.
Look here, the third panel. The prophecy which brought the Akaviri to Tamriel in the first place, in search of the Dragonborn. Here are the Akaviri, the Blades. You see their distinctive swords. Now they need their ancient mission fulfilled as the last Dragonborn Are you paying attention, Delphine? You might learn something of our own history. You'll have to speak up. I'm a little deaf in my right ear. That's all.
So, why did I say that she might be able to go either way? We probably won't be back here, so we're going to take a quick look around while I talk about this. But why did I say that Sarah's at the point in her life where she might have been able to go either way with that thought of, oh, it, maybe the Greybeards have a point, power is dangerous. We're getting to a point where Sarah's going to start considering that as a possibility. She doesn't consider that right now. She's too far in her own head about this whole stuff. We'll explain more in a few, probably in the next episode or the episode after that, depending on which episode we go to the top of the throat of the world. That's where we finally will get a lot of understanding of why I play Sarah the way I play Sarah. I will go into great detail then about it, or at least I'll try to go into better detail about that. I know I always tend to say that and then nothing is said, but I will try to talk about it. We can actually go at the top and then teleport. We're going to teleport down to Iverstead, and then I'm going to try and run from... I'm going to try and run the gauntlet again of taking the fires of Kennerith up to High Hrothgar. So we might wait outside. We might wait at Iverstead until nightfall. Hopefully we don't have a bounty here. I think I remember having a bounty here last time, and I really don't want to have to talk to... But I think Sarah would be coming too close to understand what's going on with her. Like I said, we'll talk more about it once we get up to the top of the throat of the world. I will be running the fire again. I will bring you guys with me for it, but I don't know if we're going to make it. First things first, 3 a.m. We should have enough time before it to get up there, so... It's always the problem of getting stuck on these things. I am going to try to just avoid fighting anything since I am on a time limit. As far as I can tell, it's a pretty tight time limit, so we are going to just try to avoid everything and keep running. Getting this is not going to be part of my finishing. I'm not going to keep doing this over and over and over again. Like I said, I might try to do it every once in a while, every time we come up to High Hrothgar, but we are getting close to a point that we won't be coming up to High Hrothgar very much anymore. As far as I'm aware, I think we might be getting close. Like, we might have only like maybe 5 or 6 more episodes before the end of this series. I don't have a lot of time to record tonight, but I might record a second one tonight. I wasn't planning on recording a second one, but I might record a second one tonight and give you guys 2 episodes this week. You will find out when the second episode goes live. If I make a second episode, I am making this on Tuesday, so this is probably going to go up Thursday. The next one's probably going to go up, if I make a second one, it'll go up Saturday. I kind of wish I glowed green while I was carrying the flame. Yep, the fires are weakening. And the fires have burned out. I'm not going to make it. I think I made it to here last time, too. I would need to get, like, the fires are weakening, like, probably, like, up at this little, bluff here. Actually, no. So we're not even as close as I thought we were. I know we've already failed, but I'm still running because I want to get here quickly. Speaking of which, yeah, we have 37,000. I can give our gear another bunch for a bit more faith with Kine. It will be in the next episode that we climb to the top, but we're going to get pretty much most of this finished before then.
Your training proceeds well, Dragonborn.
And I would like to, first on here, I'd like to contribute more gold to the monastery. And the next one is, I need to learn the shout used to defeat Alduin.
Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to?
The Blades helped me. They had it recorded on Alduin's wall.
The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes?
The Blades are helping me. I'm not their puppet. I'm using them to defeat Alduin.
No, of course not. Forgive me, Dragonborn. I have been intemperate with you. But heed my warning. The Blades may say they serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. They never have.
Can you teach me the shout?
No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us.
I'm actually
I
surprised.
do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice.
What's so bad about Dragonrend? It's what makes it different from the others.
It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself.
So if the shout is lost, I can't defeat Alduin. I'll lose. That's impossible.
Only Patronax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses.
Then I must speak with Parthenax. I must seek him for his answers. I must know if there's a way to defeat Alduin.
You weren't ready. You still aren't ready. But, thanks to the Blades, you now have questions that only Parthenax can answer.
You've mentioned him before. The leader at the top of the third of the world. Is there more you can tell me about him?
He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice.
Why haven't I met him yet? What am I still lacking, Arngir?
He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege.
Then I need to get to the top of the mountain. I need to speak with him.
Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Parthenax.
I actually think it would be cool. I obviously would pass this test, but I think it would be cool if the Greybeards could teach you the shout, but the only way to use the shout is you'd have to have unlocked a certain number of shouts in order to use the shout. In order to keep it like... Because he says you must be strong in the way of the voice. I feel like your voice should get stronger with the more shouts you learn, and I kind of feel like it does to a certain degree. It feels like it does in most playthroughs. Most playthroughs, I feel like either I'm more resistant to enemy shouts, or my shouts are more effective when using when I have more shouts. Not to mention, as you progress through it, the other Greybeards will actually say something. Will actually say Dovahkiin and other things to you, even though Ongir says at the beginning, even a whisper could kill those who aren't trained in the way of resistance. Now, one thing I thought was weird was that's the first time I've actually ever had Ongir not basically tell me to screw off, and then have one of the other Greybeards come along and tell him otherwise. Oh, did I get it back? Did I lose Devotee to Magnus, and now I just got it back? Where's Rise of Magicka? Ray Zombie Ring Rise. Sarah's probably readying herself.
The path to Parthenax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way.
I do think Ongir is the youngest of the Greybeards. That's not too much to say, but I do think that's one reason why he speaks for them and why the rest of them are so powerful. Look, Var, Kor, clear skies.
I will grant you my understanding of clear skies. This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well.
Not the strongest of the spells, but extremely useful.
Throw away the mist, but only for a time. The path to Parthenax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal, and you will reach the summit.
I do feel like they did this very well. I do kind of wish it was there was a little bit more to it. But I do feel like they did this very well. This is one of my favorite shouts. It's not super useful, but there's a couple of things it can do other than what we're about to see.
Look!
Because it doesn't just do that, it actually clears the sky. So like it'll get rid of bad weather and stuff like that. It's very useful for if you're...
Look!
I don't know if it'll affect... I don't know if it affects like magical mist. Like there's a couple of places I'm thinking that have mist in it that is like magical mist that damages you. I also do think that Sarra could probably get through here with her magic.
Look!
Not to mention, you can technically tank it. I actually think that I actually could get through here relatively easy because of my magic resistance. there's a good chance that the mist is a magical effect, as it's very rare for it to be anything else when it's something like this. I always forget how many ice wraiths there are on the way up this thing. And with that, we will be finishing up here. In the next episode, we will reach the top of the mountain, and we will meet Parthenex for the first time. I will talk to y'all later.